Okay, wonderful. Now, tonight we are going to join the live and we're going to talk about cervical cancer. Yeah. Okay, man, I want you all to share the live, women, more women. Share the live, women. This video is for women and cervical cancer displays here. The HPV virus, the human papilloma virus, and Gardasil. Hi, Sophia. Good night, my love. How are you doing? I think I sent you the tracking number. If I didn't, I'm going to send it to you in a little while. Okay? Yeah. Give thanks. If they went to Canada. All right. I see you all pushing that love button. That's so good, man. We love you all, and we want to get the love back. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yes, Lion. Always great information. Thank you, Lion. AJ Brown, my brother. Love to you always, man. Yes. Margaret, good night. Brewster, good night. Patricia Guy, good night. Michael Kado, my brother. How are you, my brother? Soon come back to Grenada. Okay, wonderful. When you get the stuff, please let me know. Sophia, okay? All right. Good night, Carla. Good night, Patricia. Richards. Good night, Zamzu. Blessed love and share the life, please, because this is for women who want to prevent cervical cancer and who want to prevent the HPV virus. Lala, good night. Blessed Yolanda Walker, good night. Give thanks. I love you too. Sanik, the name is so big. I love you too, darling. Mark, that's good night. Everybody, good night. Give thanks. Hold it, my brother. Give thanks, man. Yeah, good night and give thanks and praises to the Most High Jehovah God, Yahweh. Yeah, and we were asked to do this program by women because lots of women is seeing their friends that is coming down with cervical cancer. Yeah, so we're gonna kind of go into depth. We don't want to stay too long and explain to women what it is. And I wanted to talk a little bit about colon cancer, which is on the rise too, and also brain cancer, cancer in the brain. Yeah, they call it neuroblastoma, and colon cancer. And I want to just jump a little bit before we go on women's health. We're going to talk a little bit about colon cancer because there was a gentleman who called today to have a consultation, and he had colon cancer, and they removed his whole colon. Yeah. I'm gonna show you what it did. But 2009, the cancer came back in his liver, in his bile duct. Got to put a stent to open his bile duct so you don't get jaundice, eh? Yeah. Let me show you over here. Come over here, son. Shoot on the board over there. This organ, significant. So the person who called today, the gentleman from Trinidad and Tobago too, he had colon cancer, which is on the rise. Now what it did was they removed his whole colon because the cancer had moved from the sigmoid, and the cancer went all over into the transverse, into the hepatic flexure, and started to bombard his cecum. So what the doctors did, they removed the colon, and then they put a bag for a little while. That's what they do sometimes if you have colon cancer, is according to where the cancer is at. So what they do if the cancer is over here, because the colon could cut and join, they will cut and they will join back over here. If the cancer is in the sigmoid colon, it's difficult to cut and join. So usually if the cancer is down here and they cut over here, you're going to have to wear a bag called a colostomy bag for the rest of your life. So what it did with the brother, because his cancer was all over in the colon, they removed his colon, and then they gave him a bag. Then they removed the bag. And what it did was, they now join, I want you to follow me now, they join this here, the intestines, the small intestines, they join it back and put it into the stomach. You see? into the rectum. Sorry. So they take the small intestines and they drag it down because it is 21 feet long. So they drag his small intestines and they sew it on to his rectum. So he don't have a large intestines no more. He only have a small intestines where they drag down and they run it back to the rectum so he can have a bowel movement. Yeah? Now we can't do that because we're herbalists now. What they did also now, they come over here, son. They went in and they removed his gallbladder because they said that because they have to remove his large bowel, the colon that is, they had to take precaution and remove his gallbladder. So they left the duct that the gallbladder and the pancreas share together. But now in 2015, his cancer came back and it went to his liver. And then the cancer left his liver, and the cancer went right into the duct, what we call the bile duct, because the bile duct is still there, and gave him jaundice. His eye became yellow. So what they had to do now, because the liver wasn't functioning properly, because this organ was removed, overloaded liver now, caused the duct to malfunction, and because the liver have to produce what we call bile and bile salts, all the bile or the bilirubin now become congested in the duct and can't move. And now they found a tumor, a very small tumor in the bile duct because the pancreas is still there. What happened to this gentleman was now he started to get jaundice. As I said before, jaundice is not a disease, but it is a symptom of a disease. So they had to put a stent in the duct to help the bile, the bilirubin to flow out so that the jaundice can go away. But in reality now, he don't have this here. The large bowel is gone. But his cancer came back though. And the cancer came back and it invaded his bile duct. And it invaded his liver. And it invaded his lymph nodes. So because he lost this organ here, he still had lymph nodes elsewhere in his groin and in his neck. So now the cancer is in his nodes, the cancer is in his liver, the cancer is in his bile duct, and they had to put a stent, but because they removed all this organ right over here and the gallbladder. You see, people, that's why I just teach prevention. I don't teach go and get the cancer. I just teach prevention. So he is all messed up now because when he eats, he have to feel full because now his bilirubin is not flowing properly. And then the liver, the ALP, called the alkaline phosphatase numbers are high. His ALT is high. And his GG, or his AST is also high because the cancer is in his liver. You follow me? But they remove his colon. And the cancer still go. So he said to me today, "Sir, I have liver cancer. But the cancer started in my colon." I said to him, "No, you don't have liver cancer. You had colon cancer that metastasized to your liver." You follow me? So they remove the organ that have the cancer, but the cancer is still there because one cell run away and hide. And when that one cell run away and hide, he hide for a couple of years well. And when you think you're safe after chemotherapy, it comes right back because he's still taking chemotherapy up to this day. And that's why I teach prevention. Come on here, son. See? So I teach all you know how to prevent the cancer from forming in all your intestines. I teach you all how to prevent the cancer from getting to all your brain. I teach you all how to prevent the cancer from getting from here into your liver. And I teach you all how to remove the cancer if you can prevent angiogenesis. Let's go over here, sir. My brother.
Yes.
I come and talk to you because in no way chemotherapy can fix third stage cancer and fourth stage cancer. Can't. Then what happen? They can treat you, but they cannot cure you. And they will tell you that too. But they will tell you, I give you a little bit more, a couple more years to live. You know what I mean? So you could go and put your things in order. So I could give you a little 6 months more to live, and a little 1 month more to live, or a little year to live, or I can give you a 5-year survival rate. So after 5 years, you're going to die. What is cervical dysplasia? When a woman go to do a pap smear, the doctor will look to see if there is cells that is changing, because that is what dysplasia means. Dysplasia only means that your cell is mutating. It is changing. But lots of women do not know that if they are lacking in certain vitamins and minerals, they can cause themselves to cause their cells to change in their cervix. And that's reality, that's factual. You understand? We know for a fact that women who is taking birth control pills is more prone to suffer or get dysplasia after taking a pap smear. So dysplasia is only a changing or a mutation of your cells. Now, what the doctors do, they go into the cervix and they scrape the cells off, yeah? And what they might do, they might either freeze them, yeah? Or they destroy them, yeah? Because the cells change. So not because you, as a woman, suffer from cervical dysplasia, mean that you're going to get cancer. It doesn't mean that. So don't let them fool you. Because sometimes your cells only mutate or change into a sick cell because you are lacking in certain vitamins like folate acid. All women should be taking lots of folate acid, because folate acid prevents your cells in your cervix from mutating and causing you, the woman, to get dysplasia. Wisdom. Follow me now. How long does it take to grow the cells from the woman's cervix? How long does it take that cell to go from cervical dysplasia to cervical cancer? How long does it take a woman's cells in her cervix to go from cervical dysplasia, which is a mutation of the cell, to cervical cancer? Answer: about 85 months in women who have mild dysplasia, and 12 months in women who have severe dysplasia. So if you have severe dysplasia in 12 months, your doctor could come to you and say, okay, Mrs. John, I think you have cervical dysplasia, or you have cervical cancer, because you're, look at right here, your cervix was so messed up and lacking that you are now severe. So in 12 months, you could get cervical cancer. But if you're not severe, you will take about 85 months. And that is studies by doctors, not me. What causes cells to mutate in women who is suffering from cervical cancer or cervical dysplasia? Smoking. Lots of women who smoke cigarettes is more prone to get cervical dysplasia. Lots of women who is on birth control pills is more prone to get cervical dysplasia and cervical cancer. Why, Patrick Dels? Because birth control pills deplete folate acid. Birth control pills deplete B12 vitamin. Birth control pills deplete magnesium. And you need all these nutrients to prevent your cells in your cervix from changing to a sick cell. So smokers, women who smoke lots of cigarette, women who have a birth control pill for years and taking that injection, cause breast cancer also. Birth control pills being ingested on a regular basis cause women to come down with breast cancer long term and cervical dysplasia long term. You understand? Because the birth control pill come from the horse pee. So women are taking horse pee urine when you're taking a birth control pill. Dig that. The next culprit of cervical dysplasia and cervical cancer is toxic chemicals in your food as a woman. Douching on a regular basis also is a culprit in women coming down with cervical cancer or cervical dysplasia when you douche too much. Toxic chemicals, birth control pills, and smoking. Lots of women who smoke cigarette is putting themselves at risk of getting cervical dysplasia, which can turn into cervical cancer. Yeah? Hold a minute. DES is another culprit. DES, check it out now, not me. Go and talk to the FDA and tell them why all the farmers is putting this chemical, this toxic chemical in your chicken to make them wait, to get fat fast. DES is in chicken and in the cattle, beef and chicken and all the beef, the meat on the market, because the DES causes the animals to gain weight so they can go into market kind of quick, push them in the market. Like the chickens, in about 6 months, you see they blow up. So when you go into them fast food places and you ask for a Big Mac burger, yeah, a beef burger, you ingesting all that DES. And that DES in turn is going to cause your cells in your cervix to mutate. They call it cervical dysplasia. Follow me now. That is facts. And that is why lots of our women is coming down with breast cancer. Lots of our women is coming down with what? With ovarian cancer. Lots of our women is coming down with what? Uterine cancer. Lots of our women is having the full of fibroids. Lots of our women is suffering from endometriosis. Lots of our women is suffering from PCOS. And all these conditions that affects our women, especially our black women, African women in the West, full of these. Because we saw one young girl today, asked how old you are. She said, I'm 42. She got breast cancer already. Breast cancer, and the lung is messed up already. Ask my brother here to check her lung. She have effusion in the lung. Yeah? But we had another lady who just left, who had cancer. Still have it. Breast cancer again, from Guyana. Hope you're looking at that, darling. And she came in today, and we treated her for 30 days. Huh? Cancer went to her lung. They had 2 tubes in her lung. Yeah? 30 days. Because she had effusion in her lung. Water in her lung. So we work on her lung. We work on her liver. And we put on a program for 30 days. She said I was weak. But you know what? I get better. And I felt stronger. And now she came today. And the 2 tubes, give God the glory. Give Jehovah God, Yahweh the glory. And the 2 tubes now is out of her lung. Because there's no effusion, no more. You follow me? And she ain't taking the drugs now. Because she did a 30-day cancer program. And she's on the program again. Going and keep on going. God is great. Wonderful. Give thanks always. Yeah? So DES is a killer to women. You understand? because it caused their cells to change in the suffix. So in reality, they are killing us every single day with the foods that we ingest. You understand? We are digging our grave with our teeth daily. And the foods that we're supposed to use as medicine, it is killing us because of what they are putting in our foods. So the DES they put in the chicken and in the beef, in the cow or the cattle, causing them to gain weight. It causes you to gain weight too, number one. But it caused havoc in your organ system because it destroys your liver, which is important in breaking down your estrone into estriol to excrete it as waste from the bowels. So you must get breast cancer if you ingest in these chemicals. You must get cervical cancer if you ingest in these chemicals. You must get cervical dysplasia if you are ingesting these chemicals. Yeah? In chicken and in beef and your hamburgers, it's full of it too. So in reality, we are killing ourselves because we are not educated and don't have knowledge. So they're killing us slowly. 65% of women who was diagnosed with cervical cancer and cervical dysplasia was deficient in more than one mineral and more than one vitamin. 65% of women who was diagnosed with cervical dysplasia and cervical cancer was deficient in more than one vitamin and more than one mineral. Vitamin C, vitamin E, selenium, they protect you, the woman, from DES poisoning. Vitamin C, vitamin E, and selenium protect women, our queens, our princesses. It protects them from DES. Vitamin A, beta carotene from pumpkin, protect women's cells and men's cells of the skin from virus invasion. Vitamin A, beta carotene from pumpkin protect the cells of the woman's skin and surface from virus invasion. These are the things that protect us. And they come from the earth because the soil is full of them. But because man is now destroying the earth, mankind, the big food companies, they are destroying the earth. And if you look back in the scriptures, God said that he is coming to destroy those who are destroying his earth. Because we are only tenants on the planet. Hey, bro? So if we keep on destroying the earth, the Most High is going to come and he is going to evict us. We are going to get evicted because we are destroying his earth. So once they put chemicals in the earth, in the soil, yeah, after a long period of time, the earth or the soil can never, ever, ever give you the nutrients that you're supposed to get as a woman to keep your cervix well. Because the man is putting chemicals in the soil and destroying the soil. And while he is destroying the soil, he is destroying the minerals and the vitamins that come from the soil, from the earth. And once he destroys those, you become deficient. Because now he is putting all these chemicals in your food and he is now moving all the vitamins from your rice, all the vitamins from your grains, because the earth is messed up. So you have to look for certified organic foods. When the man or the farmer is planting certified organic. He is not destroying the earth. He's keeping the soil healthy so that you and I can get the nutrients from the soil, because your body needs vitamins and minerals, amino acids and enzymes in order for the body to keep you well and keep cancer away. Come over here, son. I'm going to show you all want to know why. You go. Touch it. Wonderful. Now, I talk in reality. I talk in facts. Colon and brain cancer and their causes. I want you to look at the walls of the colon. I want you to look at the brain. Yeah? Now, cancer can leave this organ and it can move and go in the brain. Yeah? Once cancer gets into the brain, it is according to which hemisphere of the brain. You know, it affects the cortex. It can affect the hippocampus of the brain. Once the cancer moves and again to the brain, it is more difficult to repair your cancer. So it is very imperative that we prevent cancer from moving from one place to the next. As I said before, if we can keep cancer in the colon, we can fix cancer. If we can keep cancer in the liver, if you have it, we can fix cancer. If we can keep cancer in the lung, we can fix cancer. But once the cancer starts moving into different organs and disrupting the function of these organs, that is where trouble starts, because these organs cannot do the job that they are made to do for us. And then eventually the cancer kills us, and then the cancer commits suicide. Kill itself too. Yeah? Wonderful. So I want you to look over here now. Right? Now, causes of colon cancer. Do not be constipated as a woman. Do not be constipated as a man. Crohn's disease. Any kind of bowel disorder that you have, ulcerative colitis, duodenum ulcers, they are all culprits of cancer in this organ, which can go to your liver. Don't forget. Now, brain. Let's go over here. Come a little closer here, son. Now, you see when the cancer leaves the walls of the colon, it moves, and this is called a hepatic flexure, and it moves into your liver, or it moves right in the transverse colon, and he affects your lymph nodes, because right over here, there are nodes in the transverse colon. So the key is to prevent the cancer from moving from the colon into the liver. Secondly, it is very imperative to prevent the cancer from getting into the node, because there are nodes in your transverse colon. Now, once the cancer goes from the walls, he moves in the walls because you are constipated, you're not going to the bathroom, and he moves into the bloodstream, and he goes into the liver, and sometimes he goes into your bile duct, and he goes into your gallbladder, or most of the time, he goes from your liver, and he goes straight to your brain. Or he goes to your lung, and he goes to your brain after the lung. Now, look at over here now. See it over here? Now, they say stage 0. Lymph nodes. They say stage 1. Now, the tumor is not that big yet. They say stage 2. Tumor still growing. They come and say stage 3. Woo! It get bigger now. Centimeters now. So if it was 1 centimeter, it goes from 2 centimeters. It goes to 2 centimeters. Then it goes to 3 centimeters. And when it reaches over here now, that's where the trouble starts, because you see, it keep on growing. And because you are eating the foods that cause him to grow, he goes from here, he goes from here, he goes from here, and he grows over here. And when he grows so big now, he starts to give you pain, because the tumor is so big, he starts resting on your nerves and your tissues, and you start getting cancer pain. And they got to give you morphine, oxycodone, and they don't do you no good, because they make you constipated. And if you're constipated, you can't fix cancer. And they make you constipated, and they give you troubles in your lung. And if you have troubles in your lung, you can't fix lung cancer either. So they are not your best choice. Prevention is your best choice. So when he is this size, he is still in your nose. So you want to prevent him from getting bigger, because the key is to prevent this little guy right here from creating blood vessels so he can feed and grow. The reason why he come here and here and here and here, because he is feeding what you are giving him. And he like to feed like your regular cells. And he grows and he grows because now he is feeding, he creating his own blood vessels to feed and grow. And you're making him grow because your oncologist never taught you how to eat the foods. Because after he remove your tumor, you said to him, doctor, what can I eat? He says to you, go back and eat the same food that you've been eating before. So you ain't no better because you're not educated. And you go back into the environment and you're eating the same foods. And the same food that gave you the cancer, the cancer come right back at you and it grows faster. And then he invades something and he kills you long term. You understand? So I want you to look at them things. Brain cancer. See them here? Mark them down. Brain cancer, look them down. Mark them down. I ain't saying nothing. Just mark them down. Because Facebook removing the videos now. Mark them down. GABA, L-theanine, magnesium, melatonin. Melatonin is very important for brain cancer. Angioblock, red clover, podiaco. Mark them down. Brain cancer. They shrink the tumors in the brain too. And they keep the memory intact. So, when the cancer is over here, it will affect your eyes. It will affect your movement. You see, you start to get cocky eyes because the tumor is now affecting different things. So do not get cancer. Do not get it. Prevent it. And that's the reason why I teach prevention. You understand? Now, let's go over here, sir. When a woman have dysplasia, we want to go into the cervix. And we want to attack the virus in the cervix. Yeah? So I have some herbs that I use, and I make it into a little paste, yeah? And then I make that into a little tablet, because remember that your vagina inside is heat. So what I do is, come over here, son. You see bentonite clay? I'm teaching all you the secret. You see bentonite clay? Come from volcanoes. You see myrrh? Come from the scriptures. They want to give the Christ. Powerful with frankincense. And some honquin, and some dankwi powder, and some antiviral plants like isatis powder. Isatis or isatis is a significant antiviral herb in the powder form. And you mix them together in the powder form with pork root in the powder, and you put a little bit of coconut oil in them, and you make it into a little paste, yeah? And then I want you to take it and take your fingers when you're going to wash your vagina, because once you're washing your vagina, you can push your hand up and touch your cervix. You can take a little bit, make them in a little paste, in a little powder, and then you push it on the finger, and you push it up in the vagina, into the cervix, and you can feel the cervix. And when you put it in there, all the chemicals from these plants start to attack the virus in the cervix, called the HPV virus. It attacked the virus in the woman's cervix. You understand? Push it up. Don't forget, bentonite clay, myrrh, antiviral, antibacterial, antimicrobial activity. Myrrh, bentonite clay, pork root, honquin, dankwi powder, and the most important one in all of them is isatis and self-heal. Oh my goodness, God is great. And he put all of them on the earth, and you put them in a powder, and you could take it and make it with some coconut oil and put a little paste, leave it for a couple of days till you get a little thing, and you put it in your hand, and you're going to wash, you push it up in your vagina, and these herbs start attacking the virus in your cervix. Boom, virus, you're dead. Bloop, 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 bloop. Plus now, you are building up your immune system. Because lots of women who have cervical cancer from the HPV virus kill the cancer or kill the virus. It goes away from the immune system. That's the purpose of the immune system. To kill viruses, cytotoxic cells. Kill viruses, kill fungi, kill parasites, kill cancer cells. So how come they don't kill for all of us? How come it only kill for some of us? Because we are deficient. We are malnourished. So not because you are eating 3 meals per day, mean you are not suffering from malnutrition. You think malnutrition is people babies in America belly are big and hard? No, that's not true. Malnutrition is eating dead atoms. Foods that is not giving you the nutrients that you need to kill a virus. So you are malnourished. You are suffering from malnutrition. Patrick just mad. Look at that guy looking big and fat. Bam bam big. Nice and big and move mass. Yeah. You're moving a big bam bam with cells in your bam bam. All them hormone cells. But you are malnourished. The food only make you look big. Dig that. Come over here. So now, cervical dysplasia, cervical cancer, antiviral 1, antiviral 2. You follow me? Antiviral 1, antiviral 2. Why antiviral 1 and why antiviral 2, Patrick Dells? Because we are trying to fool the virus. So usually what I do, I'm telling you my secret, I go in and I use one set of herbs, and once the virus gets used to what I'm doing, I change from antiviral 1, antiviral 2. And after a week or two, when the virus say, okay, I get used to them goddamn herb you're using, Patrick Dells, I say, okay, I go back to your ass again. I come back again and do some antiviral 1 again, antiviral 3. And I fool it. And I keep on fooling the virus till I can kill the virus. Because now I am building your immune system at the same time. I am increasing the cytotoxic cells. I am increasing your antibodies. I am increasing your NK cells. I am increasing all the T and the B lymphocytes. Because that's what they do. But because women is so deficient in all these minerals and vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin A, you're smoking cigarettes, you're using food that have DES. You know what I'm saying? You're taking birth control pill, and the birth control pill only depleting all the vitamins and minerals that you need. So you must get cervical dysplasia, and you must get cervical cancer. And they come and give you Gardasil. Take some Gardasil in your children to prevent them from getting that. Huh? Yeah, man. Gardasil. Go and look. Before Facebook take down my video, I ain't saying nothing against nothing. I'm saying go and look on YouTube and you just search for doctors against Gardasil. Gardasil was fast-tracked by the FDA. They fast-tracked it. You understand? And that's factual. And doctors who did not know what was in Gardasil, their children start having side effects and symptoms that never went away. And then doctors start saying, oh, shoot, something is wrong. I'm a doctor. Why is my child so messed up after taking this drug, this vaccine? See? So lots of doctors now came together and said, nah, something is wrong. So you know what? They can't put it in my children. Simple. None of that going to my kids. Because my kids, my children, teach them how to live. You know what I mean? And they say us men carry the virus, but there's no way they could test it for us. But some labs that put a stuff in your rectum and check it from there. And they said to us, oral sex, pass it on to the woman, because the man knows if you have it, or if you have oral sex with a woman and you have the virus, you can pass it on to the woman. If you're having oral sex with a woman, mean you're eating the pussy cat. You know what I'm talking about? Eating your food. Or you're eating the food. Not man eating food. Eating the food. No, they say that you can get cancer from that too. You see what I'm saying? So it can be passed on in different ways. Or sometimes you don't even have to have sex to get the HPV virus either. You see what I'm saying? All you have to do, woman, is take about 5,000 micrograms of folate acid. And don't say to me, Patrick, it is already in the B vitamins. It is there but it is only 400 micrograms. You need at least 5,000 micrograms to prevent dysplasia. And if you do have dysplasia, you go and take about 5,000 to 6,000 micrograms of folic acid, and all of a sudden you see the cells start going back to the normal cell. You see, but doctors don't teach all of that because they are not educated about nutrition themselves. You understand? That's what this program is all about. Is educating women and men and how to take care of our reproductive system as men and as women, how to prevent endometriosis, how to prevent fibroids, how to prevent PCOS, how to prevent cervical dysplasia, how to prevent breast cancer, how to prevent ovarian cancer. I'm a preventing guy. How to prevent prostate cancer in men, because black men full of it, prostate cancer. Black women full of breast cancer. They're full of fibroids. They're full of cervical cancer, which is the second leading cause of death in women beside breast cancer. Alright, brother?
That's right.
Cervical cancer is the second leading cause of death in women beside breast cancer. So women have to take care of the vagina, of the reproductive system. You got to take care of the glands in the brain called the pituitary gland. You must normalize the function of the ovaries. You can't supposed to have all cysts and follicles on your ovaries regular. You're not supposed to have dermoid cysts. Get a functional cyst, which will go away after your period. After you ovulate, the functional cyst goes away. If they have the dermoid, they don't go nowhere. So try your best to prevent growths from forming in your reproductive system and prevent yourself from getting cervical dysplasia by taking folic acid, taking your vitamin C, taking your beta carotene from pumpkin, nuts and seed, taking your selenium from okra. Okra have lots of selenium, full of it. Eat a lot of okra. Okra full of it. And selenium, beside glutathione, is one of the most important antioxidants of free radical scavenger that scavenge all them free radicals from getting into your cervix and causing the cervix to make the cells change from a good cell to dysplasia. You follow? Women, God, we love all you. All these our queens and our princesses. But we're losing you all to breast cancer. We're losing you all to ovarian cancer. We're losing you all to cervical cancer. We're losing all you women. We're losing all you. Or you're losing us to prostate cancer too. So it's education. So I create programs. When I create programs and you follow the program, it might be tough. When you finish, you're like a lion. You follow. So we're having more programs coming up. More and more and more. So now we have women doing program for cervical dysplasia and cervical cancer. Yeah? Blessed. Channel see more, my brother. Folate acid, women. Don't forget folate acid. Don't forget. And 7 precious mushrooms. You see mushrooms? Mushroom will increase your immune reservoir. If you have lupus, take mushrooms. If you have scleroderma, use mushrooms. If you have muscular dystrophy, use mushrooms. If you have MS, use mushrooms, because they balance the agas and pancreas. They balance back your immune system. They don't make it depressed or overzealous. They balance it back. But they don't teach you that, though. They give you steroids, man. And steroids suppresses the immune system. So you cannot fight nothing because your immune system is so suppressed. So they ain't fixing your troubles. But Jehovah God, Yahweh, Yah, oh my goodness, He's so great. Give thanks and praise to the Most High, Jehovah God. He put plants on this earth for any disease that we have to heal us, to fix us. Because at the end of the day, Jehovah God, Yahweh, is the ultimate healer of everything. We are just channels, you know what I mean, bro?
That's right.
Give thanks, man. Don't forget, we have a new formula now called it's a new formula. Yeah, we just have a new formula for people who have lupus and muscular dystrophy It's going to be up on the site sometime this week. It's called Balance Immunity. I said balance immunity because lots of people have lupus. So what I did was I look at the herbs and I study them, and I look at the herbs that cause the immune system to balance back, and I put all these herbs together, Chinese, Asian, Western, Caribbean herbs together, and I put them in one thing, one formula to help the women and the men who are suffering from muscular dystrophy, myasthenia gravis, lupus, discord, and SLE lupus, and any kind of autoimmune disease that you have. And when I put you on a program and I give you balance immunity, you're going to see. And we have much more formulas coming up. We're just working on much more. Just like the man going in the lab and work on the vaccine, I go in my lab and working on her for you to keep all you healthy. Blessed love, give thanks. Ambrosia is 718-469-0985, 631-530-2329. That's my number. And the website is Patrick Delves holistichealing.com. And our sister Deborah, I call her boss lady. We are creating our 800 number. I think we have it already, so that we could attend to the people a little faster because it's hectic. There's a lot of people in my WhatsApp, tons of them, and it's very hard to answer the phone and then see people and answer the phone. It looks unprofessional. So we are creating a system with my son, whereby when you make a consult, you call a number, and that secretary will give me that information and give you a day and a time, and then we can speak. Because right now it's kind of disorganized because it's me alone. It's difficult. So bear with me. Have some patience, and we're gonna build together. You understand? We're gonna build together as black people. We're gonna build together. And I wanna see we build together. I wanna see black people build together. I want to see we own our own thing in our own community. I want to see we stop have jealousy against each other and fighting one another on social media. I want us to build each other, man, because the Indian man build their own. The so-called Jew man build his own. You know what I mean? They have their own hospitals, they have their own ambulances. We don't have that though. I want us to build, not put down and fight down and kill down. Build. I don't want to be on black and black crime. Bill, we killing each other because they put us in a situation to kill each other. Let us have the mind like who? Like Malcolm X, Thomas Sankara, Sojourner Truth, Medgar Evers, Steve Biko, Patrice Lumumba, Bob Marley. They all of them come. Marcus Garvey from Jamaica, Paul Bogle, you know what I mean? Du Bois, all of them. Sekou Touré. Let us look at those people. They come and they taught us. So how come they come and they taught us and they kill all of them? Because they pay one of us to kill one of us, to say it was one of us. Oh my goodness. They pay one of us to kill one of us, to say it was one of us. So we have to look and see why we are killing each other. Turn. We have to look and see why we're killing each other. And look back at Malcolm and study them. And start to have our own and build up our own in our own communities so that nobody can come in and take your stuff and your money and run out into their community, and they'll become richer and you'll become poorer. How come the Korean man coming to your neighborhood and selling you breadfruit? How come the Korean man coming to your neighborhood and selling you yam and aloe vera? How come he's coming to your neighborhood and selling you breadfruit and soursop and all the things that you grow in the Caribbean? How come? You ever sit down and think about that? Start sitting down and think about why we are this way. And when you think, and you start to think like me, then we're going to build each other up. Because that's what I'm looking to see, another Black Wall Street like we had in the 1920s. Thanks, man. I might not live to see it, but I hope one day I do. Lord have mercy, man. Okay, darling, good times. Blessings. All right.